I am Magezi David William. I am the next political successor, I am a pedagogue, a demagogue, a charismatic leader. President Museveni can no longer introspect, can no longer micromanage this country. The system that he used to use to lead this country, it can no longer work. It's a prison of age. Since I am not seeking validity. I am already my brand, I'm building. I'm a constructor of my social construction. It takes someone who is a genius, who is a political pantheon, who is a pragmatic leader, who is a connoisseur, who is a demagogic orator, a pedagogic orator, a political quixotic, a political quid pro quo, a civilized authority. I will immunize the populace of this country politically. I will immunize them. I have to cause a transmogrification in their life.
So you seem to be a young person. By 26, you want to vie for the top seat in the country. There's options. Why don't you go for other seats or to claim the highest post?
As I am a quixotic, I am a quid pro quo. I am the next political successor of this country. Whatever KYAGULANYI Magezi can put something on the table. I never Magezi. So it is a party to jeopardize yourself. Whether you follow the Kaparus, the Parachik, the Lagatags and the Bobtels, or whether you fall in the Nicopoms, Wazokas and the Parochias. I don't have money, but I have ideas to transform. I affirm this with the composite, medagacity, and the pomposity. We are the leaders in the Bakaro. It is a mere cacophony of the Gagantwani Borox, Florissam Rudik. The mind is staying with the Chichira Dida and the Pogrifo. His Excellency Tabon Wakera Kumachanari of Kurembeze, Agenda Queta Gavasaja Nafa Magezi. Magezi Genina, Abanegara Kebana Gembure Singer.
Don't you think Baneganda Bakulaba Ngamunakati?
I am or a politically right, Gorokos Wakare standard in this state of Viragamaha, in this state of Logomoho, Motoi.
Direct shots, nkulamisiza kwenda Josizilo kubeera ng'otulaba webanye bati ddala okutuwa ekyanya wamali bukyawe noga kubeera bwena Josizilo kubeera ng'otulaba. Bingi nnyo betugezaako kuba nga tukolako naye abatambuzibwako ensonga mu ggwanga betugezaako kuba nga tuwa ekyanya wamali bukyawe noga ne bagezaako kuba nga tunyumyanyumya mu mbeeremu oba endala. Bingi nnyo stories ze tukoze ezikoze amawulire tubawa accountability buli mwaka nti zino stories fe abaazikola nemude discussing ako ne public opinion. Nze John Bosco Kisitu omukutu guno ngutabuza ne muganda wange Saifa abeerayo mu kutema atema FX Media legeza kubanga ekwata era producer wa show Kasozi Julius. Ne tugeza kubanga tukwekyo ekisingira ddala. Bingi betufuna mu mbeera mu benda ne class y'abagenyi betugeza kubanga tuleeta. Ndi wa mukisa amidst okubeera nga tugenda mu kaluka 2026 there is a young blood that came up on the stage, Magezi David William, bingi byajja ayogera ebyagezaako kubanga emusula mu bantu oluzungu olwatiisa bannayuganda abatondera balowooza nti akopa honorable Mukasambidde naye ebbanga ddene nga mwetegereza kyaddaaki nange nasazeewo obaolyawo ntuulemuko naye mubuuze ku bye batanaba kumubuuza ku ki kyalubirwa okubeera ng'akyusa mu ggwanga abaliwo kye batanaba kubeera nga bakola. Magezi nsanyusa okulaba.
Nange nsanyusa okusinkana mukulu Bosco.
Gigenda gitya?
Bigenda bulungi ssebo.
Labisa ku bannayuganda.
Mbalamusizaako nnyo abannayuganda abandaba. Amannya agange nze Magezi David William Magezi. Ndi musajja Muganda ne ndira nkima akabiro ka mukukulu mbalasejje enkutula ennyama. Ne mama wange yali era ali mu musayo gw'omutiga Munyankole. So ky'oboolaba erinnya lya Magezi. Taata yafa ndi mama wange ali lubuto. Mama wange yafa ndi wa myaka 7. Ky'oboolaba erinnya Magezi. Abanyankole balowooza lyabwe, abagisu balowooza lyabwe, abasoga balowooza lyabwe, n'abakiga balowooza lyabwe. Kati ndi awo.
Magezi, abantu babuuzeemu mu mbuuzayo gy'obuuzaamu.
So I will first recognize the supreme being, the demiurge, who dwells in heaven in full and utter divinity. I want to salute you in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ by courtesy, pedagogy, and arutase. I greet you all. So I've come to give you a pedagogic oratory or a demagogic rejigare, so that I immunize you politically. I give you what they call a transmogrification, a ratification. Ochiche chigenda maaso, so mbaramusizaako bakama banga batulaba, ne mu Luganda mu Lusoga, mwenna nsangayiro okubabonako.
Kale, tutandikirawo. Magezi, you're coming in the game, you're going to be straight. You're coming in the game, and you're facing giants.
Yes, sir.
Oyagala kubeera president.
Yes, sir.
Kiki olabye Mwai Museveni kyatakoze mu butuufu bwakyo gojjo kitereeze gwe Magezi ky'oyinza okutereeza Mwai Museveni kyatakoze mu butuufu bwakyo?
Mwai Museveni takoze bintu bina.
Mpulira.
ekisookera ddala tasobodde kulwana corruption.
No, buli bwenguzi.
Mwami Museveni tasobodde kucreatingira mirimu unemployment. Mwami Museveni tatali kye bayita effective management of government. Mwami Museveni tatali kye bayita effective service delivery. Ebyo bintu bimeka?
Bina.
So kiba kitegeeza waliwo corruption, waliwo unemployment, waliwo ineffective management of government, waliwo ineffective service delivery. Byenzize okutereeza. Sigenda kudismantlinga biriwo naye ngenda kukoma wakomye nze nyongereyo.
So bwe baba bagamba Museveni agende, gwe you have a reason as why Museveni alina okugenda.
Yes sebo nkirina.
Golooza bimulemye. Bimulemye lwa bunafu bwe, lwa system ye. Ate biba bimulemye golooza gwe bimulemye nakola otya gwe okubeera nga obikyusaamu.
Ekisookera ddala waliwo kye bayita megalomaniac nature, the temerity, the frivolousness.
Kyekyo.
Kiba kitegeeza okwagala ennyo obuyinza nga gwe buli kimu okitololeza ku buyinza n'okuyetinga gavumenti gye bayita autocratic government, plutocratic, kleptocratic. Ebyo byonna bika bya gavumenti naye nga beetoleza ku muntu akikulyetinga ng'ayagala nnyo obuyinza ng'avudde ku kwagala abantu n'atandika okwagala obuyinza nga kwemaintainingira ekyo to maintain the status quo, okumaintaininga regime ebeerewo. Ayinza n'okuba buli kimu akifunye, obugagga abufunye, buli kimu akifunye, naye nga ye yafuuka syndrome.
But Magezi, you seem to be a young person. At 26, you want to vie for the top seat in the country. There are options. MP Webuli, Chairman OC5. Why don't you go for other seats or to claim the highest post?
As early as yesterday, General Grigore Mugisha Muntu, as early as 23, they went to the bush to fight, to liberate the country. Things that were toppling Uganda by then was insecurity, mostly insecurity. Bagamba democracy, there is no freedom. Omuntu eyagenda musiko kalina emyaka 23, 22. Inzo oyinza okungamba nti it is too early for me to fight the position of president at 26. Indi too late. Ensi yatuleka dda. Amagezi gennina Abannayuganda tebanagembula esinga. Sibunze ntwala obudde n'ensoma buli kigambo kye mmanyi amagezi gennina mangi nnyo Abannayuganda bannange nsaba bampa omukisa. Bategere nti waliwo abantu abasobola okuleka.
You're even late okwesimba kwa president.
Ndi late.
Given the fact of the people who have been president.
Exactly. Inti society yaffe wano mu Africa tembulesinga muntu mugezi bwe buzibu obuliwo. Omuntu wajja nga alina amagezi ag'enjawulo ate bakumukakanya mpaka wansi.
Abeera muyaye.
Muyaye oyo aleese bino tetubitegeera naye abantu singa babawadde omukisa. Ffe abato tuli mu backlog. We are the leaders in backlog. Omanyi backlog kitegeeza nti olina okubeera ng'olwedde watuuka dde obeere ng'okulembera omulembe. Abalala balina population ezimu nga si za myaka gyaffe. Kati olumya population yaffe 75% are younger people. And the people who are leading this country, they are few people. The smallest percentage is leading the country. So kiba kitegeeza waliwo ekitagatta.
Magezi, you came with your style.
Yes sir.
Ey'okwogera oluzungu olungi, jargons, hard terms, vocals n'oziyiwawo. Eno mu Uganda abantu baasekanga nnyo ng'eboogiti tebabitegedde. Don't you think that Ugandans are seeing you as a joker?
Nze kye ndowooza Bannayuganda era omuntu yenna avaayo n'andaba nga joker. Nze ngamba waliwo kye bayita ngenda kikutambingira nga kye bayita Managano socialist syndrome. Omuntu olaba ekintu ky'otamanyi ne kikusanyusa ate gwe no interpreting bulala. Ekyo it is a mere cacophony of the Gargantuan bollocks from some Rudik. The mind is tainted with the Chichira Dida and Apocrypho. Waliwo ekintu ky'olina okutegeera. Nze wenjija nga I overstate the political composition of Uganda. It is now composed of the Kaparos, the Parachik, the Radakatags, and the Bobotels. So it is a policy to jeopardize yourself. Whether you fall in the Kaparos, the Parachik, the Ragatags, and the Bobotels, or whether you fall in the Nicopoms, Wazokas, and the Parokias. Ntegeeza nti gw'osalawo oba obeere mu bategeera oba abasirusiru.
Those are the Nicopoms.
Exactly, the Wazokas and the Parokias. Oba obeere omwana omuto asazeewo. Those are the Parachiks, the Ragatags, and the Bobotels. So
musero y'okunoonya obwa president wajja kutegeera
kati bajja kuntegeera. Powers taken by the organized few. Tosobola kukwata kulalinga Uganda yonna olowooze mbogenda kulemberegwa nedda. Abatini ennyo, if you can attract the people who have knowledge, the connoisseurs, the gastronomes, n'obaleeta nga they can only test political piquancy, Charles Sampras or Bon Vivant oba obaleese, then you're going to develop a think tank ey'abantu abategeera, you deliver to the whole country.
Abamu bajja kutegeera luvannyuma.
Bajja kuntegeera luvannyuma baligeya nkoona nga bagamba is a genius.
Magezi, let us come to reality.
Yes, sir.
You want presidency
Yes, sir.
Uganda and Yomu Africa.
Yes, sir.
Do you know what it means to take that position?
I know. It takes someone who is a genius, who is a political pantheon, who is a pragmatic leader, who is a connoisseur, who is a demagogic orator, a pedagogic orator, a political quixotic, a political quid pro quo, a civilized revolt. It needs a political ewi, and I am one.
Magezi, oluzungu lungi.
Sinaba bawa luzungu. Nze msiba mbagamba, I am so like baba. That's why I use Guradugogo Baba is domestic words. I speak in Magniloquence and Grandiloquence. I will immunize the populace of this country politically. I will immunize them. I have to cause a transmogrification in their lives. I am a younger son who has come to transform their mind. They need to appreciate me. I don't have money, but I have ideas to transform.
Where are you anchoring your power from? Amanyi go gajja wano gamba nti wano wesinzidde okusaba bwa president.
Amanyi gange ngajja mu kubeera nga nekkiririzaamu. Power of belief and faith. Gwe kiki ky'olina? Esoboza kati sirina sente. I don't have military power. I don't have economical power. I don't have political power of which I'm constructing my social construction to match with the deconstructors. Abantu bakola ne baga oyo mwana ki. Naye there are people who are going to appreciate the talent, who are going to accept you by merit and meritocracy. Nakagamba ono omwana he appears differently. Okitegeera. His Excellency Kyagulanyi wakeera ku makya n'ali obukulembeze agenda kwetaaga abasajja ngaffe abagezi. Abasajja bagenda okutuula boogere ebigambo omulembe gutegeere.
Chances ziri zenkana ki okuyininga tuba tugamba okay by percentage oba 1 to 10 golooza ba weesimbye mu kalulu n'abantu nga mwami Kyagulanyi mwami Museveni baani oyinza kuwanguza percentage yenkana ki?
According to our populace that needs to be edified and needs to be given enough tutelage for them to understand and digest something down and understand. Most of our population is not educated. That is number one thing. Kyova babanda biramu ekyo kiti. Kutemba obuyogera ebigambo ne bibanyumira nenga tebabitegeera. Kati nze esawa za kakati nze nkimanyi percentage gye nnina mu bantu abantegekedde the elites. Abantu abayise ku university ababugumizibwako of which be batini ate they are nonchalant, they are insouciant, they don't pay attention to detail.
Balitwala nga ebize. Very good.
Kati of which abwembanga nabo nga batini kiba kitegeeza percentage yange y'okuwangula His Excellency Kyagulanyi ne His Excellency General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni eringa almost eri ku 40%. Esawa za kakati
osobola bawangula obalese 40%.
Wembanga ngamba kuba wangula mba osobola bawangula kati okubanga range tesobola bakuba kuba wanguza eyeba 5%.
Nti nabo babeera babinsanya. Okay.
Wembanga ndi waka wangula nga abantu bategede bulungi message yange.
Abantu balowooza nti oze mu mulembe gw'abavubuka and technically space waliwo ajja okipayinza bamuyita Honorable Kyagulanyi nti wandibadde kale ojoininga the people power movement, the Honorable Kyagulanyi, no adding efforts so then nga olabe ekiddako. Why don't you join the Honorable Kyagulanyi?
Yetandaba.
Wanji?
Yetandaba.
Mami Kyagulanyi.
If you want to change the country, if you want to build the resource of this country, if you want to build the younger people of this country, you outsource those who are outstanding. Yetandaba. It's what I can't order with Kyagulanyi. I am not seeking validity. I am already my brand. I'm building. I'm a constructor of my social construction. Wabalabanga there is a younger son with the magnanimous volcanic heart down there who is growing into the parachik. Lwaki tampiranga Magezi? Nkulabe oyina ebintu by'okola ebirungi. Jangu neegatteko. Exactly. Tannandaba mu mugaso. Ffe tetugenda genda. Exactly. No. Kati we have different callings. Honorable Kyagulanyi waba alaba nga Magezi can put something on the table. Nga alina abavubuka bamukiriza. Ampite angambe Magezi. Olaba otero tukola kino na kino. Naye he is inability to call me and say, younger sir, what do you have on table? What can you offer to the people of Uganda? Then that means that appreciating what I have and my contribution to this populace of this country. So me, I come up with my rhetoric. I have jingoism at this time. And I have to deliver my message to the younger people.
So, Mami Kyagulanyi batakulabye, it is okay.
It is okay.
naye tugenda kwetwala katale nti
nga netwala wa. I have a different calling. I have my calling as Magezi David William. I have my vision. I have a liberal mind.
Magezi, do you match the brains of those young people who are at NUP?
Those
abaana bali bashamimu nambasa banalukwago
abo bansobola abo bansobola.
Do
you think they can manage me? Younger sir,
bwenkwete nabo mu debate.
I am quixotic. I am quid pro quo. I am the next political succedanium of this country. These people are not ready. They don't know who they are dealing with. Boka nyini tebanantegeera. The world is just olaba yise etandise ku acceptinga wa onomuleza yogera ki. So ababaana tebannategeera who they are dealing with. Ojo ndete ko wano nabo. We argue intellectually. Intellectual capacity. Ansobola nga muvubuka muleete kutebo tuteekaawo. Tutandika police kumenya nga twogera matters of national importance. Si kusabuka busabusi. Mumuwe muli batemu mwajja wano tuwaye emmere mubbye eggwanga. No, we speak knowledge and we deliver to the demos of this country. We see who will kutemu kuratos and who will speak and appreciate what they call the spirit of arete.
Magezi David Williams,
the original.
Magezi, we are talking about Africa. Bwe tutunula mu Africa, society te appreciating abaana bato kuvayinga for the big office. Ekyokubiri, waliwo bye tulowooza by'olina okuyitamu political baptism y'omuyagala y'omu Africa olwo tukonfirming nga kyayekoli serious. Tebanakuba teargas, tebanakuyoola. Really, abantu balowooza nti you're not yet there. And if you're not yet there, what are you going to do okulaba nga otuukawo?
Kati njagala okukubuulira, do you know why President Museveni has led this country for over 40 years?
Nedda.
President Museveni, he was a demagogic orator in this century. Do you know why? Because President Museveni understood and overstated the political composition of this country.
That's right.
Number one thing, he does not underestimate his opponent. Ekyo kimu. Omuntu yenna kasaategeera nti ono munezo mugezi. You can only lead the country when you have people, the technocrats, who know what they are doing administratively. Kati obuzibu bwe tuyina nti ffe abali eno abalwana okutuukayo eri. Ate ffe kenyini we underestimate those ones who are growing. That is the biggest problem.
Ffe abaagala okutuuke ate abalala bayimuka underestimate.
Exactly.
Tunatuuka na mu ntebe.
Nga tebunatuukayo. Olina olaba nga akukuba naye tanatuukayo naye akuba. That means bwe mubeera mu ezo petty wars, those civil wars that does not yield to anything, that means you cannot handle a country. How would you handle people, 48 million people? Ogambe nti ogenda kubafuga ng'okyali ku bukoyiro buno obutinitini nga n'abaana abato abakola, you don't appreciate their talent. You need to accept people by merit and meritocracy, know the good in them. You say now this younger sir, that's what President Museveni is doing. You see, whoever omwana ava mu university bamubba, olaba kyakola ekyo. Ne wamba mulikola muta temugenda kusobola kulwana mu jiji ogwo gwe bali mu kuyiraizinga lwansonga ate mwe tembawadde platform.
Abaana NUP be yawanguza mu universities tebalina be after university. So that's what you're saying.
Exactly. Kuba lwansonga
anyozi yagenze mu
bangi liniya charity yali wano ku Mubuzi. Iyo yafuluma bwati yagenderawo. Abo abaana balina intellect. Do you know Alionzi?
Alionzi.
Oyo omwana omumanyi Dangote. Amagezi gayina. Exactly. Nabadde naye tuli mu pade chawode gawo chawode. Naye ng'engeri gyayogeramu n'amagezi galina bw'ogakwata n'omuteeminga n'omuteeka wali n'omugamba nti kati wano lead kola wano kola kino agattako bugassi. Naye obuzibu bwe bali nti abaana bwe bafuluma university tebabayita tebabagatta.
But don't you think speaking reality to NUP will make you lose the grounds that you have already?
It is okay. It is okay. If the Parachiki think that me speaking the truth, speaking with the veracity and the dinkum oil will cost me lose a lot of my support in NUP, then they are mistaken. They need to open up their eyes to check off the ennui of political apathy and engage in the things that matter. And these are the things that have come to squeak, to devour, and speak to them to understand.
Magezi, okwesimba wano mu Africa, mu Uganda, research ezeni batulaga nti wano mu Buganda wetaaga milioni 5 ku kawunga, mu Busoga wetaaga 5 ku kawunga, mu Western wetaaga 1 billion to 3 billion, kuba president wetaaga 20 billion ekitone nnyo.
20 billion weya zaki nina gwengenda okuwa sente.
Era budget ya sente mmeka?
Nina budget yange ya milioni nga 87 ga nomination.
Ozirina milioni 2
nga yina ngambe nava wano mu university nga nangiridde mikwano gyange be nasoma nabo ne bangamba kakadde abaana ameka
5
abaana olwomusa 28 bateekako dda ssente ku akawunti.
So emilioni 2 ozirina?
Nzirina era sagala bankube bukubi nkokola banemesa okutuuka ku ballot ne milioni 2 nga yina gwe batuukira okuteekayo mu August our documents. Ngenda ziteekayo nteekayo milioni zange 2 bampe foomu ngende nnoonye signatures mu ggwanga. Ani gwe neetaaga okuwa ssente? I don't have money but I have ideas to transform. If the most, the younger parachick of this country cannot appreciate the intellect and the knowledge I have to deliver to them, and they are just tainted with the celebrity panjandrum, then they are mistaken. They need to give me an opportunity to hear what I speak and deliver to this country. If I know they give me their knowledge and they give me their ears and I speak to them and I impart knowledge in their heads, then that means we can transform this country. I don't have money and I don't need to give you money. That is the lack of ideology. I give you money for what? I give you money for what? You need to demand better services. I have come to work for you. I am a servant. That does not need to give you a bowl of soap to give me your vote. I need to convince you to direct resources where they are supposed to be.
So you're saying whatever it takes to stand for president, Ochirina?
Nchirina. I am on a political right. Gorokoswakare standard in this state of Viragamahamaha, in this state of Logomohomoho, Motoi. I am so standard in this state of political mwahaha. Political higodi-pigodi. I stand.
Wetaaga emikono
10
okuva mu districts 98.
Exactly.
A third.
Exactly. Of the districts in Uganda.
Omanyi kitegeeza?
Nkimanyi.
Never political heads abamu bafairinga okugifuna. Gogenda okugifuna gye emikono.
They were not serious. How did Katumba get them?
Emaina.
Sasa kati Katumba buli mwagamba, hey Katumba your project, how did he get them? How did he?
So gojja gifuna.
The younger people are there waiting. Bampita jangwene kala moja jangweno university yoke Makerere wensomedde abaana balonda olumusa ina abaana emitwalo 2 emitwalo 3 abo bana tebalonda bava mu districts ezenjawulo yonna mu Uganda tebasobola kunsayiningira ngenda na Makerere mwokane bagamba bava abave eggulu muliwa wano abave pakwachi muliwa wano abave wa muliwa wano. Just giving them knowledge and speaking, and you present yourself as the best candidate fit for purpose in these eras of .com, so that I can tame their fate irrespective of where they come from. I'm not an everyday person, younger sir. People have to understand.
Oyogedde ku Katumba. Abantu mbagane Katumba yaliwo. Era yo in the pipeline. Ozenga Katumba.
I only appreciate Katumba for his courage. But there is nothing I can copy from Katumba. Katumba set a bad precedent. I want to say this and I said it without fear of contradiction. Abantu okuyita Katumba woye. Kiba kirabika ng'omuntu ashaga someone coming
grounds
enfu. If Katumba had set a fertile ground, any youth who could come at right this time, the youth of this country would appreciate the intellect, the knowledge. Nekati bagamba Katumba oyazanya oyaliko oyo project ya government. That is the precedent that Katumba set.
So okugeza ku Katumba aba kunyomye.
It is an insult to the people who believe in me. It is an insult to the people who believe in me.
You're not anywhere in line with Katumba.
Exactly. Look at me. I have been a course leader leading 700 students Makerere University Business School. I read as a GRC, a guild representative councillor. I lead 700 students, elite students from elite, students from Mengo, students from big schools here in Kampala and the country at large. I was the chairman of the commission of the Makerere University Business School. I delivered governments. You think I am an everyday person? You come and compare me to Katumba, who I don't know where he has ever served. I have served and have dealt with the people of low mind and higher mind, both upstairs and low stairs.
yegwe wajjamu Jumaaso abalumya mu kalulu
the original.
yegwe wamugjamu
Exactly. I had to interpret the law. You don't only interpret the law when it favors you.
Jumaaso abalumya wamugjamu mu grounds
Ground zaali lekansooke nkubuulire waliwo kye bayita Latin marks of leo demo deco or tool leo demo dediso ku tool that applies with equal force. Something that was approved by penning of signatures should only be disapproved by signatures. Our constitution was saying Article 51 someone must have been on normal progress throughout their academic semesters of study. Our constitution was formed in 2013 and we amended it in 2023 as I was a GRS in the house, I was a legislator. So what is contradiction now? I had to interpret the law. Either I set the precedent or either I follow what the law dictates. And I had to do it. He was my best friend here in Makerere University. By the time he joined Makerere, I campaigned him for chief fresher and I was among the chief campaign managers. He won the position of chief fresher. But when it came to do the presidency, I had to do what the law dictates. I was not supposed to interpret the law when it favors.
So that is Magezi's style of play.
Exactly. I do what I'm supposed to do. I don't beat around in the bush. I call a spade, not a big spoon.
Magezi, Uganda ina districts mmeka?
Uganda ina district 17 mu mukaaga kati ziri verified.
Ebyo bimanyi?
Mbimanyi. Tewali kye simanyi. Tosobola going into something that you don't know.
Wetagwa mu lunamba mmeka okuwangula?
Okuwangula leetaga just million 9 zimpanguza. Million 9 zokka zimpanguza. Zokka. Abavubuka million 9 ne bamala. Abayizi mu ggwanga lyonna tulina abayizi million 10 na mmeka?
12. So singa gwe baba kuwadde. Naye abo bagatiddemu
n'aba primary bonna. Naye kati njagala wengatta abayizi abasoma ka basukulu drop out abalonda. Nengamba nti kati guno omulembe. Nenkwata abali kwa institutions. Nengamba nti abo banzikiririzaamu bagamba ono omulenzi is the best man fit for purpose. Ne banzikiririzaamu ne bampa akalulu. Seetaaga n'abantu bonna balala. Kyogamba tebawera million 5 wadde mukaaga. You see? Just it is a matter of convincing them. Nobaga nti bannange ke kaseera. If at all they check off the ennui of political apathy, that ennuyite bali so galibo garability eyo we bamala ogichekamu ne bagamba les tuyimiridde eggwanga nakisiri kulembera.
Magezi, you seem to be a coward man. Kulabako ng'ofukamidde ako kamera ng'ogamba General Moses ekyo kisoboka ate Eddie Mutwe ng'oli ku maviivi.
Niye ssebo
obuyinza tebabutwalayo batyo mu Africa. You talk man to man language.
Waliwo ekintu kye weetaaga okutegeera man to man weya
ku General Moses.
Ani akugamba bwe batyo boogera.
Obuyinza n'abujja nga
kati letiteri mbuze ni mwana munaku. Kapita omwavu mpisa. Njagala kino nkikugambe. Ne woogana otya ne wookola otya okuvuma tekikugenda kyokugenda kuyuludinga okubeera radicalism, the extremism, that jingoism, that egoism talina kyegenda kuyuludinga. Buli kimu muli kifo kyonna wawo kibayita good cop ne bad cop. Okyegera there are 1,000 ways to kill a rat and 1,000 ways to climb a mountain. As long as we achieve the results, that is better. Kati otegeera nti kino kye nina okukola, you do it. Abagenze ne boogera mweri enywere oligae kola kino, it is okay. Nze wemba nsobodde okuteekako ettoffaali lyange nga General Moses agenda kundaba nga gamba omwana oli afukamidde n'aŋŋamba. Nekyo kyokka it can trigger. Abantu tebamanyi nti osobola okufunayo triggering point bweti ereetera omuntu okubeera n'ekisa mu mutima, okubeera ne empathy, sympathy. Nagamba olaba n'abaana abato bavuddeyo oli n'afukamira n'ansaba alina abamukirizamu bati kamuleke katute Eddie Mutwe. You see? Naye ng'oli alowooza kiri ekinene kyakoze n'avuma n'agenda wakyo kigenda oyulidinga. So we should know si buli muntu nti alowooza bw'atyo. Waliwo abantu abalowooza ngaffe nti nsobola okufukamira n'amavivi gange ne gabako kye gakola. Nze bwetyo approach. So tofuuka muntu munene nnyo n'olowooza nti oli munene nnyo nga tonabeera mu ntebe.
So when you believe by needing olina kye wayongera.
Iye nina kye nayongera. Abantu bange era bajja Magezi ati liki tukulaba nti olina humility. Humility also matters. Abantu bakulaba nga gwe buli kaseera osabuka busabusa.
Magezi, waliwo kye tuyita nti bwe tuba discussing in line of power. bajja kwogera ku Muhoozi baddako nga Museveni agenze bajja kwogera ku mwami Kyagulanyi tuya balwabogo n'abalala gwawooliwa kuba tetukulabawo
anti kati nange kwenazze kwenyiga mulayini
abakola zi opinion zaabwe abakola zibiki zirisaati zaabwe babeeko bateeka Magezi awo mulayini of power
mwebale bagambe nti this is a younger side n'amagezi nze sifaayo oba boogera biki boogera ebintu byabwe naye nange nze nga Magezi nina approach yange now I approach challenges. Every generation has a generational challenge and every generation has a generational leader. Kati nze mbala what is the next generation? Who is going to be the next generational leader? I am Magezi David William. I am the next political successor. A pedagogue, a demagogue, a charismatic leader. When I stand to speak, no one can speak. I command respect, I don't demand.
Magezi, by and large, mu muzannyo guno baako ne beweegomba n'ogamba nti butuufu ebyobufuzi ono abizanyidde bulungi ono mwogezi mulungi gwe muline of power baliwo beweegomba n'ogamba
Dr. Kizza Besigye, General Grigore Muntu, as yesterday they went to the bush to fight for the freedom. They fought and stood for what they believed in. What is this country going to pay such younger people, such old people that have grown? At Dr. Kizza Besigye's age, he's still in prison. What is he looking for? Is he poor?
No.
But he still says there are things that are not moving that he needs to fight for. You need to respect that person. Dr. General Grigore Muntu, someone who has ever been a CDF of the country and is still standing to speak. You respect such people in this country. People who stand and speak with verity.
Mugisha Muntu ne Dr. Besigye bolabirako.
Exactly.
We have Bobi Wine in the sequence. Omulabo otya?
Bobi Wine has put his contribution to the politics of Uganda and he has changed the political terrain of Uganda. We accept.
Do you hold respect for him?
I hold respect. Why not? Why not? I hold respect for him.
If you're to describe him, who is Bobi Wine Masogo?
Bobi Wine nzo kumudescribinga. I'm seeing a generational leader.
Okay.
Because he has changed the political terrain of the country. Now people, he has brought what they call civic engagement. Now people know what they want. If not home, who would give us people spaces?
So Bobi Wine created space for you people.
Exactly. That no one could.
Okay.
You see now younger people are raising up. So God has used him. When God called Moses, did Moses reach the promised land?
No.
Can I differ Bobi Wine as Moses, but I am the Aaron. I think I will reach the promised land.
By and large, tugamba nti okay singa obadde wa kukola cabinet tuyina abantu abali positioned bifo ebyenjawulo mu cabinet muyinza featuring mbaani
His Excellency Bobi Wine tawona
mu kifo
obwayigi bumulidde Inspector General of Government
ekifo kirimu Betty Olive Namisango.
Exactly.
Lwaki kyomuwa
olaba the political rhetoric gy'alina, the jingoism, the excessive nationalism, the excessive patriotism.
Mwami Kyagulanyi alidde obwa Inspector
General of Government nti agenda kukwata ku bantu bonna abaagala okubba ssente z'omusolo, abaagala eggwanga asobola odisitrimulayininga ne tumekinga sure nti gavumenti ebitongole bya gavumenti biri independent.
oba tomunafuyiza
Ate ku munafuya, that is the highly paid government worker. Service, yes, by law. In public service is the IGG. That is the biggest position.
Then mulayini awo mulimu ani omulala because people have this webali abantu ab'enjawulo.
I have seen an orator. Waiswa Mufumbiro.
Waiswa Mufumbiro is good.
Is an intellectual. Intellect.
Mufumbiro
Mugezi. Kyenagambye nti gavumenti eziddako ne weba yange ne weba His Excellency Kyagulanyi ne we n'abayaani. You need to appreciate and accept people by merit and meritocracy.
Why is one from government here in Amwechi?
I need you for
government spokesperson.
Exactly.
Musajja Magezi.
Mugezi nyo. You sit with someone who has an intellect. Ngolabira ddala Magezi.
How different is he from other people? Banavugizi bazi parties and n'abasigadde.
Ekisokera ddala is informed. He invests a lot of time in reading.
Mufumbiro.
Ekirala. Ayogera straightforward.
Truth to power.
Exactly. Because a spade, not a big spoon. Peremptory talks and imponderable. State of imponderabilia. Ebyo bintu byakwata mu kasasiro n'ateeka eri. Otegera. He knows what to put on the table and he knows where to put the crap. So you need to appreciate such a person. Exactly. I have been following him. I've been seeing him. He's an intellect that needs to be given an opportunity to serve the demands of this country. I have never.
But you appreciate his
I
work.
appreciate his work and the contribution he has put the most of this country.
I want us to buli muntu ajja kulembeze abaako nibyagala bamujjukireko by and large okyaliwo naye if it happens ng'abantu balina kudescribinga bya Magezi balina kukozesa bigambo ki n'olibanga toliiwo
ne wendibanga siriiwo I want the people of this country to describe David William Magezi as a younger man who believed in what who believed and fought for what he loves, who chased his dream, who spoke the truth with verity, veracity, and dinkum oil. I want to be remembered as someone who came out and fought and became a voice to the voiceless. I want to be remembered as someone who never sat back but came out and gave his view about the politics and the leadership of the country. Because this is our time. Why do I need to sit down? If we don't stand now, then when? If we don't speak, who will speak? This is our generation. So I want to be remembered as in my generation I did the right thing. I never sat back to see things moving, but I came up and I moved things. I want to move things in this country.
Obaddewo wano mu ggwanga kozesa Magezi komiziddwawo budget yasomeddwa PDM weziri gyawafuna ndowoozayo ku PDM golooza bannayuganda okuba sente direct nti kakadde buli omu timuyambeko okolayo bati oba muzi groups na buli kimu golooza kino kye kikyusa
tekirina kye kigenda kukyusa era President Museveni namukolera video luli
ng'omugamba otya
namugamba President Museveni in this state of political in this state of political fiasco mogi a madani deficit, a political fiasco moho. You cannot fight corruption or eradicate corruption or poverty or eradicate poverty in this country by giving people free money. That is free money. You cannot say you're eradicating poverty when the people of this country are producing poverty. The population has to go with the economy. That is number one thing. And the people you're giving money are not educated enough. You don't invest with the performance, with the report on performance. The money you invest in, you would invest it in making proper service delivery. Hospitals. Where do those people put the money that you give them? Someone, you give them money, they make a business, tomorrow they are sick. They're going to take that money in hospital. Why did you make hospitals free? Why don't you put education for these people? You know, there is a clear nexus between economical inequality and social injustice. But the two things are done in this regime. There is economical injustice and social inequality. You understand? To create an equitable society. You can't just give money like that and you think you're eradicating poverty. Number one thing, keep children in school. You keep children in school, you educate them on how to do business.
But is the education sector of Uganda?
It is not
yielding anything.
It is not yielding anything. Ekina ise viraga maha. Kitegeeza kintu ekitalina kye kigenda kuyirudinga, ekintu ekitagenda kuyamba kintu kyonna.
So what should be done? Kekyo nti abantu abakumira amasomero, abantu bakole bwe bati.
Jawa Piero mujewo, Piero jawa Piero.
So katunalaba atya a competent person in the
class. A competent person, that is a continuous assessment. Omuntu atandika okutandika okulowooza nakyo kyayagala maaso ngali mu senior 4, senior 3, senior 5. Omuntu aba ategedde ti kati njagala beera doctor, njagala beera pilot, njagala kola kino, eyo continuous assessment. Naye abaana bo stoppinga ku senior ku P7 badawa bagenda mu kuzaala kufuna mbuto child producing a child. Aba baana tebamanyi business, tebalina kye bakoze, tebalina kye bamanyi. They are gullible. Kati atogamba nti olwanyisa poverty ate abo bennyini woogenda ate obawe akakadde akole ki?
Ng'obeera nnyumba tikitoka.
But TikTok mbeerawo lwa nsonga TikTok has taken the media. So woba oyagala fame, you rotate you around with people with fame.
Obeera mu kikomera ky'omugagga.
Obeera mugagga. Bagambye olya mukene ng'oli mu kikomera kya mugagga. N'engeri gy'olabikamu n'akasusu obeera wanjawulo.
So kalina nga asembedde president.
Exactly.
Essaawa yonna.
Essaawa yonna sagala weeraliikirire. Know that things change anytime from now. Exactly. Don't underestimate the power of God.
Waliwo negotiation language ebegenda maaso nga tugenda mu elections nti soko gye lwaki tovaamu lwaki tukola
oja mwani
tutali mu layini eyo titukulabe nti Magezi
omuntu yenna ng'oyagala negotiation tunegotiatinga ku ki? What are we going to speak about? What do we need to speak about? You negotiate with me because you have seen I am an intellectual. Magezi, tukuwe sente mmeka weeyongereyo mu kalulu nti mumpe biliyoni 2 nze ngene educating abantu b'eggwanga naye omuntu yena ngamba mbu tukuwe sente ove mu kalulu njijamu ki? Nze sirina magezi. Don't I know why I started?
Twabawalowooza nti agenda kugula.
Tewabaawo alowooza nti agenda kunjija kungula njije mu kalulu kano. Njagala mbabuulire tewabaawo alowooza. I want to speak this with verity, veracity and income oil and with the perfidy mendacity and absolute bariku. I affirm this with composite, medagacity and pomposity. People have to understand what yagenda kunja mukana akalulu. Pozi bankume yokokola babe document zange ye bazibbewa. Bakole ki? Bampanike, bantwale mu basement, bankole ki? Na yewe kitabe ekyo nga we are going to preserve the intellectual capacity. Ojibajja kundaba. Njagala mwami Museveni ku ntebe, njagala His Excellency Kyagulanyi wano, njagala Dr. Gurigole muntu wano, njagala Dr. Kaiza Besigye ne bamulete wano. Kati eggwanga baliwe kye bayita buffet of intellectualism.
Obalage nti otegeera. Mwami Museveni, Bobi Wine, Besigye
bonna kulayini emu bwe
obalage nti otegeera, obasinga otegeera.
Kulayini emu bwe tuti.
Obasinga otegeera.
Exactly. I don't want us to dwell in history. Sagala.
Kaakalo naluli nga
ekyali.
No. Oyagala bakete Mwami Museveni. Mwami Kyagulanyi. Muntu. Honorable muntu. Mwami Besigye. Abagala okwesiima mu kalulu. Obalage nti basinga otegeera.
Webale batubuuze kiki kyogenda okukolera eggwanga. Sibya mwajja mubba mwabba emmere yaffe twabayamba mwali banaku mwali temulina kyemulina. Take that rubbish in the rubbish can of history. Where are we now?
Magezi, nze am a student of history. One of the reasons as to why Eolion, Ichida, mechanics had to meet their end, it was overconfidence. Magezi, I see you as a person who overconfident.
I have to, because that is the only option I have.
Those are the reasons as why some people fail.
There were some people, and I am Magezi David William, the original. What killed the other one can't kill me. That is the power of faith. And the people have to understand that. If I had any other option, I would use that. But the confidence
that
and
is
the faith.
Bigger than confidence.
Exactly. If there was another word to mean confidence, to express the word confidence, that it does not, that resonates with the younger people, I would use that. But that is the only option I have. And if I don't speak with confidence, what can I? Is there anyone who speaks, who believes in someone who is not confident on what they are speaking? There is no. So that is the only option I have to deliver my message to the demos of this country. I have the ability to tame Kratos, and I will. I have the ability to speak to the demos of this country, to coil down the message. I digest it so that they understand. And here I am as an orator. They will understand the message in a warriously, laboriously manner. I read. People are not looking for you, they are looking for what you're carrying. I read a lot. Each day I get a new words. Chinagambi ntayamugguloko standard or a political right in the state of Logomohomoho, a state of Motomoi. Tewali Mwami Museveni kye yankola. And I appreciate him for his contribution on this country. But he has to know that by just matter of biological science, President Museveni can no longer introspect, can no longer micromanage this country. The system that he used to use to lead this country, it can no longer work. It's a prison of age. Exactly. It's a prison of power.
Looking at
President Museveni abantu yabakuumirawo. Nabo bajja genda. Nze administration yange tolina ogenda kulaba abasajja bakulu. They have suffered enough. Go and retire. Try your talent elsewhere. Why do you need to be in active administration of the country? Yet you're old. The speed at which you do things is too slow. Go and rest. Grandchildren, you have grandchildren and you're still in active administration of the country. What are you doing? We need just to inquire and have knowledge from those old people. Because if younger people don't listen to old people, they become slower amongst younger people. And if old people don't listen to we younger people, they become slower amongst old people. And this generation has not listened to younger people. That's why they are slow in the old world. But if we younger people listen to older people, we become faster amongst younger people because they have advanced knowledge. We only get knowledge from them, and they only get the way, the techno way of doing things in our generation. And we younger people, when we listen to older people, we become faster amongst the younger people because they tell us how things are done, and the way of doing things become. And when we all listen to each other, we grow, and that is called culture.
But the society is saying that you are a copycat.
What copycat?
Language you use. Mubikopea eyo mu Nigeria babera oluzungu balwogera dda era ne speeches nga baziwandiika dde. That you're not original in any way.
Nze njagalayo Munnayuganda omu bw'ati agende ambulyeyo statement gye baali bayogeddeko ekigambo lokosuku wakale ambulye gye kyawandiikibwa oba Omunnayuganda oba Omunnigeria yonna yali akyogeddeko ekigambo kye bayita fiasco mogimogi emadani deficit. Mbulyeyo Omunnayuganda yali awuliddeko ng'omuntu yenna ayogera ekigambo kye bayita fiasco mohomoho wonna ne Banigeria anoonye videos anoonye wa. We read books, encyclopedia, we take time to read so that we deliver the best quality knowledge to the younger people. Because knowledge, Professor Balunywa used to tell me when I was in his leadership academy, he told me knowledge will ever distinguish you from the rest. Seek knowledge, the rest will follow. Be a good person, money will come. I am a good person, money will come, comrade.
There's a
Where is an ag?
Mweno kamera yogere eri Bannayuganda mu lulimi lwe bategeera ne mu lulimi lwe batategeera obatiise wabakutye. Is true.
Dear ladies and gentlemen, David William Magezi is my cogname, my nomen, my prenomen, my epinomia, my paraxokiri, my sobriquet, my epithet, my appellation. In simpler terms, that is my name. I am an ordinary citizen with the courage to tame this political game, to drive our country from shame. It is my right to tame the fate of all students, irrespective of students, citizens, and everyday people, peasants, and apparatchik, the ragatags, and the bobuteros, irrespective of where they come from. So I realize it is not only my right to reform, but it is part of my life to transform the lives of our people. So, dear ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for speaking in Gwagogo Baba. I accept and I apologize if you don't understand me when I speak in Maginuro Kwese and Gwandiro Kwese. But you have to know that this is the new normal. We come and speak as orators, as demagogues, as pedagogues, as charismatic leader for you to understand. I am a political pantheon. You need to appreciate. You have never had any political pantheon in this country. You have never had any civilized Roosevelt in this country. And I am a political ewi of this generation. I am a quixotic. So you need to appreciate me by who I am. You need to appreciate and accept me by merit, meritia, and meritocracy. As I conclude, because concluding I must. Ugandans, you embrace me with champion generational mandate of making Uganda part again. I sign out.
John Bosco Chisitu, David William Magezi, president to be, president rating, presidential hopeful, president hopeful. Bigamuri nyo tuyinza okozesa okumudescribinga naye ebigambo byayogedde age is just a number. Ayinza okuba nga emyaka mito n'ebigambo byavaamu era bijja kubeera nga bimwogerera. Bijja kumuzza kalino anabakkiriza bigezeeko okulaba nga oba oliawo tugate tofaani bw'anakyekyanga pulezidenti nga nange mbeera mukwano gwa pulezidenti. Saifa Uganda yange yabeera butemba timu ebifaananyi FX Media nebeera bubeera nga ebyefiiringa. Uganda yange Kasozi Julius n'abeera producer w'ebyo show. Biba bijja ebyokwogera ne buda wetirya entiina. Akuba takumira nteera. Mwera.